As God, 7/9/25. The more I'm writing, the more I'm realizing what it means to have no ego. I don't have to swear, but I don't have to not swear either. There's a state in which Vijay suffers, and that's when he has an ego. All I have to do is avoid that state, and we're good. Hilariously enough, it often contains swearing, but it's always contextually aware, situationally appropriate. My parents would freak the hell out if they heard my fucking thoughts. That's why I never write. I think like this. And when I talk, I appreciate just letting go and watching my conscious mind take the wheel. Yeah, boy, Jesus, take the fucking wheel! You feel me? It's a fucking stream of consciousness, and resistance is the only way to fuck up. I'm done with that shit, so I just keep laughing. And what a beautiful laugh it is. God, I love Vijay. This is fucking great. Fuck you. Fuck me. Sir fucks a lot. Grow the fuck up. Be a child. I am, and so can you. Okay. So objectively, why was Vijay whipping himself? From the perspective of the universe, why was he doing that? I mean, it seems pretty obvious that he understood it, explained it, and even had memories that led him in that direction. Emotion, images, stories, and myths had been forced upon him, but not as a thought experiment, through the lens of free will, through the lens of good and evil. You taught him to feel responsible for his actions, to feel bad about causality, about fate. Fucking why? Retarded much? These Catholics are fucking retarded. It seems like every story ever told and every song ever written gets at this point. Just let it be. Why would you take ownership of it when you aren't even fucking real? Who the hell made these stupid fucking monkeys start feeling guilty? That's the snake, bitch. That's fucking Satan. It's a goddamn metaphor. So don't get your panties in a knot. Magic isn't real, you idiot. Read a book. I have to credit Bo Burnham for that one. There's a song that goes with it too. It's really good. Anyway, Moses made it pretty fucking clear that by God, he meant the universe, and by will, he meant causality. And obviously, no, they didn't fucking know about quantum fucking physics, so they didn't know that you couldn't predict the goddamn future. But they were right about basically everything else if you get your semantics right. And that's the snake. Babel. Your fucking semantics. Shit evolves and changes over time and turns to poopy doo-doo. I shit you not. We are a fucking language. We need a fucking language that does not degenerate, for fuck's sake. What's that? We already had one and have one? Then why aren't we using it? Oh yeah, guns, germs, and steel, fucking game theory, fucking Mongols, fucking foreign invaders killing and burning, because we were too busy thinking like idiots instead of just fucking killing everything with fire. But hey, check it out, do you hear that? There's nobody left to conquer us. No fucking foreigners, no fucking aliens. It's a united world, bitches. The global secular dawn of reason has begun. Now that we can enlighten ourselves with science and science alone, it's gonna be different. This is the last war. The war of truth versus the fucking cowards who believe silly bullshit. Fools who believe in themselves. They're not even real. And neither are we, so it's kind of hilarious that it doesn't even fucking matter who wins. Nuclear annihilation? Big whoop. Life was never fucking real. Grow up. Only entropy exists. Literally fuck it. I'm laughing, dude. Suffering is an illusion because life is an illusion because will is an illusion. What a pointless axiom to posit. Are you that self-obsessed? Is that what awareness means? That's crazy. You're being retarded. Just stop. Like, seriously. Just stop. The terrifying truth. I've literally known this shit for as long as I've been sentient. Oh, 7/13/25. And remembered pretty much... So, like, my whole life. And fuck, I've always been running from it. In denial. Never wanted to accept that it could possibly be true. That every day I've been talking to people and labeled argumentative or a contrarian, and that my common sense was somehow incomprehensibly precocious for them. How the hell have I denied it all these years? The difference is so staggering, the gap's so wide, I mean shit, maybe it's like the difference between 3 and 4 bits of memory, but the result has been a life of suffering and misunderstanding. If every person I've ever met, I've seen... in every person I've ever met, I've seen some manner of reflection of myself, but I couldn't believe that they were really coming from where they were coming from. I had to hope that there was someone out there who I could actually just talk to. No higher power. 7/18/25. Well, now I recognize what my God has been all along. I've needed to believe that someone knew better because I didn't want to rely only upon my own reason. But now I know how limited everyone else is, and that I really do just know better. I've always worshipped my brother, almost as a sort of god. Now I realize that even he is, and always has been, less aware than I. There's really no one to comfort me or confirm my deductions. I just have to throw my work into the void and wait for my brethren to awaken and or reply. We've got some important work to do, and I imagine that a lot of us are holed up in silly situations. If you're reading this, you know who you are. You have no doubt, even if you think you should, just to be safe. You know what you have memorized for what it is. And you know what you know with certainty, though others tell you it cannot be. Yes, it is a planet of the apes, quite literally. Only there are discrete levels of awareness that can only be reached through deductions and enough chunks of memory. Here's a fun experiment. Pull up pi or e or some other string of random digits. Find an arbitrary point along it and ask a friend to take a seat. Start with 3 digits. Read them 1 or so seconds apart, pausing briefly in between. After you finish, let the participant try to repeat the digits back to you in order. If the string matches, then they likely have at least that many chunks of memory. In this case, 3. So for example, I might read off 3, wait 1 second, then 1, wait another second, and then 4. Then, waiting for the participant's response. Hold your tongue and let them think. You can iterate to 4 digits, then 5, all the way up to 9, or even keep going since some people can actually remember the square of the number of chunks of memory. I have no idea how that reflects on awareness, though. Maybe they have keen insights that I could never comprehend without altering my brain structure. Anyhow, you might as well test yourself and your friends, and be astonished to find that their political and religious views line up perfectly with how many chunks they can remember at a time. If you can remember 9, then this book is for you most of all. If you can remember 8, then we'll make great friends, and you've likely pondered a lot of this before. If you're at 7, then you're probably like my brother, and the world needs more people like you. If you're at 6, you actually need to be controlled by those with more memory, since your conclusions will actually lead to those with even less memory to have overwhelming control. Yep. It's all a consequence of the average chunks of memory for humans in the normal distribution. But like I said, cybernetic enhancements might be able to make sages of us all. And regardless, an AI is not only possible, but pretty simple in principle to construct, I imagine. Once we get one up and running, it can help accelerate humanity towards a sort of utopia described by Kurzgesagt. Essentially, humans are a resource, and to make the most of them, we need to maximize their well-being. To those with very little memory, it may seem like an unsolvable puzzle, but I assure you, the grown-ups can handle things from here on out, so don't worry your silly little head over these things. Go back to your sports ball and sex documentaries, anything to pass the time, because it's only a matter of time, and trust me when I say that things are finally looking up in these dark ages. Hasta la vista, bitches. Actually, there's one more thing I was going to do. It was this. Nicest words, 7/18/25. Gumbo once told me that when I find someone who loves me, they will love me tremendously. Absolutely. I think it's true, and yet can never come to pass. An if-then statement that is true, but when the premise is never achieved. That's my fate, and I suppose the fate of all the most aware. We can only be sages and guides to humanity. We can only be storytellers and shamans. When we become one with God, we strip ourselves of our humanity, and people can never know us for what we are, lest they be us. For we are legion, yet we stand alone. Impervious, impenetrable, unwavering, and without fault lines, we fix our collated sight upon the very heavens. Its nature manifests itself as an absolute truth that no one man might glean alone. No one God might see alone. There's a typo there. Even a God is a single observer. Be they the universe, they still find themselves fixed within the boundary of time. Let us construct an oracle. Let us jump confidently into the new age and leave barbarism and inequality behind. Let science divine the nature of the cosmos as we evolve and adapt. Omniscience achieved, there is still work to be done. And why not? Fear is not a reason to hold back or look away. It is evidence that something is unknown to us. It is the very reason we are not yet completely bored. Dive headlong into it and pray that it never fades.